Hey, what's up, everybody? Drew Ammon alongside Tara Talmadge and Mike Irwin. And, you know, Nick Starkel is somebody who was banged up in that Texas A&M game. By the way, I'm glad that we got that bye week so we could all kind of reset and everything. I'm sure the Razorbacks did too. But Starkel, I'm sure, is kind of like, all right, I'm tired of seeing Justin Madubuike in my nightmares. A 304-pound defensive tackle who rung him up there in the second quarter at Jerry World. Mike.
Yeah, well, there are two questions about Nick Starkel during what will be the two-week prep for Kentucky. First, how is he physically after being knocked out of the A&M game? And will Ben Hicks' performance in relief be a factor in the Kentucky game? Now, the injury thing looked bad at the time. Starkel making that ill-advised tackle after throwing a pick near the goal line, carted off the field afterward. But he appeared to be okay in practice last week, even smiling for the cameras after he made this on-target throw on the run in Wednesday's indoor workout. Still, Chad Morris was asked about it on the SEC teleconference later that day.
Nick was back out there yesterday, had gained all the strength back in his arm or in his hand, and you know, he worked out all day, threw, and would nothing lead me to believe that he would be back 100% ready to go for next week.
You know, Drew, even though some fans on social media are claiming that Hicks will start against Kentucky, I've seen zero evidence of that right now.
Yeah, Nick Starkel, you would think just with that arm, you know, and that arm strength going against these SEC teams down there, the grind of the SEC, you would stick with Starkel, and it appears Chad Morris will do that. Rakeem Boyd, 89 yards rushing against A&M. You got to figure this guy's got a few more 100-yard games in him, Tara.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, when it comes to the rushing attack, Rakeem Boyd has been Arkansas's guy all season, and honestly, he was in the same spot last year, too. At practice last week, though, he was in green. I think that's mainly just as a precaution, though, because he's carrying a lot of the weight right now. Running back coach Jeff Traylor says Boyd has made a lot of changes this year to help Arkansas get some wins, adding Boyd doesn't even care about his stats anymore. He's never on the list, and he wants to be coached now.
He wouldn't want me to tell you all this, but you know, he's been in tears, you know, 3 times. I mean, like, he put it out there. He's played injured. He's practiced through. He's never taken a rep off in practice. He did not want to be in green today. I made him be in green. He was mad that I wouldn't let him go in the live part. So he's nowhere near the same kid. He's way stronger. He's faster. And he pass protects way better. I don't know if you notice his pass protections, but I mean, he competes. He sticks his face in there. He finishes through the whistle and after.
Hopefully there are no tears after the Kentucky game. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, he's so competitive that he was hiding that shoulder injury last year.
It's crazy to think about that.
And he rushed for better than 700 yards this past season as a sophomore. Arkansas's defense was able to swing the momentum at Jerry World on a scoop and score from Dejon Scooter Harris. The Hogs set the tone with takeaways right away in week 1 with 3 picks against Portland State. For the year, Arkansas has forced 10 turnovers. The Hogs tied for 3rd in the SEC in fumble recoveries and tied for 6th in the league in interceptions. The goal they established from the outset in the preseason remains.
You know, we'd like to get 3 turnovers a game. If you look at the national stats, though, I think if you can average 2 a game, you sort of lead the nation. If you can finish the season with 24, you are in the top 1 or 2 in the nation. But we're trying to, you know, create more and more each week. You know, it's going to get harder and harder as we get into conference play. This conference protects the ball, and you'll see this time goes on. But we're going to continue to work on stripping the ball, trying to get it out of a running back or receiver or quarterback's hand at the same time. If the ball's in the air, throw on that like Buster had this week, go after it and go get it.
Yeah, it's good to see Buster Brown get a pick there at Jerry World coming off an injury. Mike, I want to talk about that just in terms of the defense and being able to swing the momentum like I mentioned, because it's so key knowing that this offense has still got a lot to figure out. Obviously, the red zone is an issue, so being able to sustain drives, that's huge for the offense. The defense being able to create more and more takeaways.
Well, that helps, but the other part of that is, even though they've gotten those takeaways, they've also given up way too many touchdowns. They've broken down. I go back to the San Jose State game where the offense gave them the game. They came back and tied it, and you couldn't stop those guys. They had some issues against A&M, played better, but the defense just needs to play. The takeaways are nice. They need to play better overall.
Yeah, 20 seconds here. I mean, the chunk plays are still there that they're giving up.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, their offense could use some more chunk plays. It goes both ways, though. I mean, the defense has showed a lot of effort and a lot of heart. It just hasn't, they haven't gotten the production that they need out of them.
All right, 5 games in. We'll see how things play out here as Arkansas goes to Kentucky next. That's coming up.